and Shep.
Edwards has it. 10, 5, touchdown.
On the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Ball looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
Where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, glad you're with us on a Thursday for the Braylon Edwards Show here on Woodward Sports. Ricky is with us. KG is with us. We are excited over the next 2 hours to talk a lot of different things, but especially Lions football, who had Houston in today for another joint practice. Both teams reportedly look good. Same old names continue to dominate the headlines for the Lions, and we will get to that for certain. How are you, my friend? Good to see you.
Doing good. Lord, give me the strength. It's been an interesting 5 minutes. But Lord is good. God is good. It's good to be with you guys. Had a chance to play in the Allied Challenge Pro-Am.
Oh, how'd that go?
This morning. It was great. It's an early start. You know, it's, I think, 6:45. I got there. It's an hour drive. It was cool. Got a chance to see Ernie Els again. Actually even knocked in a 9-foot putt, like right in front of him. He kind of lagged back on maybe our third hole. He's a group in front of me. He lagged back a little bit once he realized I was playing to kind of see how the hole played out. And I got up, played a shamble. So obviously you choose a drive, but from that drive you play your ball. On that third hole, man, I put one about, like I said, 9 feet. He saw that shot. Then I drained the putt with a little guidance for him. Stephen Ames is a great character. That's who I played with. Shout out to Stephen Ames. 2 South Africans in a row for me. Last year it was Retief Goosen. This year Ernie Els, and then obviously Stephen Ames is Trinidad and Tobago, but great personality. He was funny. He got things going. When you play in these outings with PGA guys, a lot of them are very stiff. So like for us, it's waiting for the player to open up, waiting to see what the personality is, if you can joke with this person, or if they're going to be doing their own PGA thing and you're going to do your own thing in the shamble. But he was cool. He opened up. He had some dirty jokes after a while. And, we just started talking. It's cool, man. And then I played with Joik Bell as well. So now he's looking at 2 professional athletes of a different sport. So it makes that conversation. We're hitting the ball hard, extra swinging hard. He's like, no, you guys you tone down a little bit. You're too strong. So, but I had a lot of fun, man. And,
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Do you think it's an easier approach, not shooting in the golf game, but an easier approach for them toward you and a guy like Joik because they know what you've done, and then you guys can almost compare notes on various careers?
I think they're very shy and timid when it comes to talking to the football players, unless they're older. See, you look at Stephen Ames, he's 61. You look at Ernie's in his 60s. Retief is in his late 50s, if you will. So they're cool. But the younger golfers, they're waiting for you to say something. They're waiting for you to kind of start the conversation, and then they fan out. That is what I noticed about the young guys. They love the game, and then it allows us to do the same.
Give me an idea of some of the players you've played with and what you've learned from just playing with them.
Bernhard Langer, amazing pro. He's done everything that you can do in this game, and sometimes twice over. Whether it's the Masters, whether it's the U.S. Open, the Ryder Cup. He told me, just relax, just be patient, tempo. That's what they all tell you, but he, more than anyone, he harped tempo. Ernie was just let it fly and have fun, mate. Just let it fly, have fun. It doesn't matter. Let it fly, have fun. So he kind of was like, all right, I can't have fun with this. Bryson was the same. I saw Bryson in 2021, played not with him, but played in the Pro-Am. He was 2 groups ahead. I found my way to him a couple times, and he was like, stay in your fairway. Stay in your fairway. So then that opened ice. I said, cool. He knows I had a bad shot. He cracked the joke. Yeah. Now we started the conversation. I was like, you could have played linebacker. He was like, nah, I don't want to tackle you. So that lets him know, he knows a little bit about me as well. So. But golf, it's the sport I keep saying I'm not going to talk about, but here we are.
No, but I love it because it really is a window into who you are oftentimes on the golf course, right? You can learn a lot about somebody, and I think it's neat that those guys allow you in and vice versa because there's a deep appreciation for each of what you do. They would have loved to have gone and seen you play in person on the sidelines with whatever team you were playing with. But when they're playing and they're hitting a ball, I would guess there's a part of you that goes, man, that is so pure.
No, it's the best. Like when you actually golf with players on the PGA or players that are close to the PGA. It's just a different type of ease. It's a different type of intention. The effort is actually effortless. You know, they're not trying, they're smoking, and they're putting the ball exactly where you want to be. When you play with them at these outings, you're not playing in the courses that they're going to play in, that they're going to struggle. You're not playing Oakmont. You're not playing Pebble. You're not playing insert Torrey Pines here. Yeah. You're playing courses that they destroy.
Yeah.
So, like, to watch them hit, to watch them – Stephen Ames didn't miss – he missed one putt, like, the whole round, and it wasn't even a long putt. It was like a 7-footer. He just misjudged it. But they do give you some shit. And he talked a lot of stuff. He said, well, nobody wants to hit the green. It's your third shot. You think somebody would be on. But after a while.
I would love that.
I love that.
After a while, you get comfortable, though, because, you know, last time I checked, we have TVs. We have screens. We watch golf. And I cracked the joke on Stephen A. I was like, y'all act like y'all don't hit bad shots.
Yeah.
I said I watched Rory have to 2-putt or 3-putt just to go to overtime on a 4-foot putt. Yeah. I said, how many times have you gone left at Pebble when you're on 18?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, you got me there, Mike. Like, yeah, don't act like everybody is on PGA TV, on NBC or Peacock, making all the putts, hitting all the fairways, landing on all the greens and regulation. It ain't happening.
Right. Their 10-foot success rate is somewhere in the neighborhood of like, I don't know, 38, 37%. So I don't always feel so bad. I will say this. Yeah. They can't look as good as you. I mean, your golf outfits are pretty pristine. I give you that, man. I mean, there's something to be said for that. I was in the cafeteria, our kitchen, earlier today, getting ready for the show. I was thinking to myself, you know, what do we start with? We start right out of the gate with Lions. And I was talking to a guy who works in the cafe that's attached to our studios. And I said, what do you got there? And he told me what he's got. He says, I have this every day. I said, yeah. I started laughing a little bit. He said, no, I literally, I eat this breakfast or this lunch, this sandwich every single day. Monday through Friday, he has the same lunch every day. I had a buddy in junior high who did that. 2 peanut butter and grape jelly sandwiches, 2 King Dongs, and 2 little things of milk every single day that I ate with him. Rich Reynolds, every single day. What's the food you could eat every day?
Who we starting with?
Every day.
I eat salad every day.
You eat salad every day?
I do.
Wow.
I eat a salad every day.
Okay.
Whether it's a kale salad, whether it's a Caesar salad, whether it's a house salad. But I try to keep, you know, baby mixed greens, kale, or romaine lettuce, like nothing else. Some version.
That's why he looks the way
of that for us every day. I can eat that every day.
Okay, that's the way he looks the way he does.
Right. Because my answer is pasta. It's the exact opposite.
Okay.
You would say pasta?
Oh, I can eat pasta every single day.
Every day you could.
Pasta or Mediterranean, but I will have to go with
Okay.
pasta.
Potatoes, like some version of a potato.
Ooh, that is crispy.
Okay. So you've got 2 already.
I stick with the salad.
I don't know if I could do it. I love, my favorite meal is probably spaghetti and meat sauce.
Yeah. See what I'm
I
saying?
literally, I just love
with
it.
you.
I don't think I could eat it every day.
That's a lie. It's tough.
Really?
I mean, maybe 4 times a week, maybe.
That's
3 times.
that's almost 5, which is almost 6, which is almost 7.
It's
Yeah, but then-
incredible. KG, how about you?
I mean, I tend to switch it up, but if I could eat one thing every day, it'd definitely be pizza. I'm a pizza guy. So I
You
never
could eat
get
pizza
tired
every day?
I never get tired of pizza.
Wow.
Never ever.
Suddenly Ricky's got 2.
Now, I worked at a pizza shop, and I ate pizza every single day for about a year and a half of my life and never got bored. There's so many options.
But let me ask you, when you worked at this pizza shop, how old were you?
18, 19.
How much money you have in your pocket?
Not much. I worked at a pizza shop.
All right, so now, would you be able to eat pizza?
But I'm just saying,
every day?
usually when you work at a food spot, you usually get tired of it after a while.
Oh.
You're like, all right, I don't want nothing on the menu. I never said that.
Right.
I was
It's
just
like
trying
18,
something else.
19 though, with no money though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Got
if,
you.
if you're working in a pizza shop at 30, like I guarantee you're getting tired after day 3.
Yeah.
You know what?
They-
I
they
hope,
feel it's like,
as a person who didn't have to, and I'm blessed to not have to, you're probably right.
Did you have to pay for the slices, or did
No,
that come
I got one
complimentary?
free every day.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, that helped the situation too, didn't
Yeah.
it?
But again, I never got tired. Like, I never once said, like, you know what, man, I want to try something else. Like, nah, I'll just make
Give me a
pizza
Stromboli or
happily.
something. Yeah, I got you.
Happily. Every
Hey,
single
Ricky,
day.
once again, because it was free.
Yeah,
exactly,
That part,
'cause it
you
was
know,
free.
man,
I'm
you're
messing
right.
with you.
Free food is always better.
My kids tease me all the time because they say I eat like a 12-year-old. The only thing that I might be able to eat every day is what I call the old reliable.
It's like sauce right here in the corner of the mouth and on your nose tips.
I guess I could. Yeah, I could
At 12,
save it the best
that's
place.
how they eat.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Okay.
I know. I know. Peanut butter and jelly, you feel like you're 10, 12 years old, but literally every day I think I could eat peanut butter and jelly. I'm a sandwich guy. I mean, I grew up having sandwiches for lunch. My kids don't eat sandwiches at all, but for some reason or another, I'm always eating sandwiches for lunch. So peanut butter and jelly would be it for me. But I was stunned that this young man, and it looked really good. It was like a grilled chicken with avocado, which I'm not a fan of, and a bunch of other stuff. It looked really good. The toast looked crispy. Yeah. I think it was sourdough bread.
Sourdough.
Yeah. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Sounds like a good sandwich.
So the Lions looked not bad at all against Houston again today. ESPN has them with a 14% chance of winning the NFC. That's the second highest percentage of any team in the NFC, behind Philadelphia. Is that too low or is that too high in your mind?
The percentage, is it too low?
That they're number two of any team in the NFC. The only team with better odds, according to ESPN, is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's too low. I think the Eagles are the team that should be ahead of them. They're the reigning Super Bowl champion, and they, just like us, still have a stacked roster. They made some moves in the offseason. They got rid of some players, so we'll see how that affects them. But, yeah, they should be ahead. Detroit Lions, I think it's only fair.
Is that a respect thing because they won the Super Bowl or because of the talent that you just referred to?
I think it's two. It's two things can be true. They still have a better offensive line than us currently as constructed. They have the number one offensive line. They have the number one running back. They have one of the best quarterbacks. They have arguably the best wide receiver duo in A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Like, that's all what they have. The same thing that we say and what we bring back. We have Jared Goff, who has been an elite quarterback for the past 3 years. We have Jameer and Demon. We have an ascending J-Mo, and then we have Amon-Ra. So, I mean, it's the same thing. I just think their offensive line is better, and they have the congruency of having Saquon in the Super Bowl. On the defensive side, they're better than us. Like, on the defensive side of the ball, they're better
Even when
than
Detroit's
us.
healthy, you think that?
Yes. They've been, if not the best defense, they've been top 3 the last 4 years in the league. And last year, you had a Big Fangio, who's one of the best defensive coordinators in the last 25 years. So I think they are ahead, and I think that is fair. Coach, much similar to the Lions coach in the sense that it fits. Like, Nick Sirianni fits what Philly is, and Dan Campbell, he's fit what Detroit is, and he's getting better. So, yeah. But I don't think anybody outside should have better second chances than the Detroit Lions. I don't think the Commanders should have better chances than the Lions. I don't think that the Rams should have better chances than the Detroit Lions. I don't think that either one in our division or anyone else should have a better chance than
Tampa?
No, definitely not Tampa.
The only reason I bring up Tampa is because of
they're a good team. No, they're a good team. They beat us last year, and they almost beat us 2 years ago in the playoffs. So, really good team. I just think with the talent, I think with the way things are going for this Lions team, what they added, whether you like it or not, I think this is fine. I think this is par for the course.
I think the only thing I would try to make the argument, I agree with you 100% on just about everything. The defense is something that I think we are collectively sleeping on a little bit. Big believer in Kelvin Shepard. The health of Aiden Hutchinson. If Detroit was fully healthy, I know that's a big if they were fully healthy with Aleem McNeil and DJ Reader and Tyleik Williams and Roy Lopez, and suddenly you've got a lot of depth there. You get a guy like Broderick Martin. You get a guy like Barnes in there on the other side of. There's one. When they're healthy, there's only one weak spot in this Lions defense, and I think their defense is a little bit undersold right now.
Yeah, and that's fair. But to say that they're undersold, but then to also say that they're better than the Philadelphia Eagles is two different things. You want to call them undersold? I would agree with you. We talked about Terry and Arnold yesterday in terms of what he can, yesterday, to what he can bring to the table, him being better this year, DJ Reed, what he was able to do for the Jets, and how he looked as a DB. And now you come here with these two Hawks in the back end, Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph, 100%. They're damn good. Let me take you down the list just real quick, just a quick refresher.
Okay.
That is the Philadelphia Eagles. Last time I checked, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter in the middle. That's going to be one of the best interior defensive linemen for the next 7 years.
100%.
Because neither one of them are going anywhere, and Jalen Carter is the one that I will never stop talking about. You guys know how I feel about that. But having Jalen Carter and Anchor and Jordan in the middle, 1,000%. On the outside, they've
got Moro Jomo.
Hey, he's going to be a player.
Okay.
He's going to be a player. But then if you want to go to their secondary is stacked. their secondary is stacked and get around. That's why they didn't feel bad about losing the players that they love. They still have they brought in Reed Blankenship, Quinyon Mitchell. You saw what he did last year. Keely Ringo is somebody that they're excited to finally get back on the field out of Georgia. N'Kobe Dean in your linebacker core, like he led the team in tackles last year and got injured towards the end of last year. N'Kobe Dean is stud, and then Zach Bond was first-team All-Pro.
Right.
It was first-team All-Pro. So and
Dean is hurt right now.
Yes.
Jeremiah Trotter is his backup, I believe.
Yeah. Old school name.
Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, as you mentioned. And then I said Adoree Jackson. Those are your three corners. Are those three corners better than Detroit's three corners of Arnold, Robertson, and Reed? That's a tough argument. I mean, that's a good argument. I mean, that you could have some differing opinions, but respectful differing opinions.
Good argument, but respectful opinions all the way around. I think what you saw out of Cooper DeJean, I want to see more for him. Like I saw a lot of good things, but it's not necessarily overly hard when you get put in great spots and you're ready. He got put in a great spot last year behind a great defensive line, linebacker core, safety, and they just. He fit the mold. I want to see what he does in this year. I want to see how he expands. I want to see what year 2 looks like for him, much like what year 2 looks like for Terry and Arnold.
Would it be fair to say that Philly's defensive strength is the DTs and the linebackers, and Lions' strength would be the secondary and the D end?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
All right.
But
So
Philly's secondary is no slouch. Like we're trying to see what the completeness is of the Detroit linebacker core and D-line.
Yeah.
Like it, on paper, it looks good. When we talk about, when this guy comes back, but we haven't seen it as a collective. We haven't seen it all together on the field at the same time because there have been injury after injury after injury after injury. So it's going to be interesting. What does that look like when it all comes together?
Yeah. I'm fascinated by it, and I'm really excited about the Lions defense this year. I think it's going to be greatly improved. Obviously, a healthy Aiden Hutchinson makes a big difference, but I'm really excited to see how that depth in the interior offensive or defensive line is going to play a factor. And I think, you and I both talked about Alex Anzalone before and how we weren't necessarily sold on him as a New Orleans Saint, and maybe even the first year here as Detroit. But to your credit, we have both talked about how he has helped change our mind, and that's a hard thing to do in sports. It's hard for me, if I'm a Cleveland Browns fan and you bring in Braylon Edwards, and I wasn't a believer before, and he has a decent rookie season, I'm not sold on him. KG and I were just talking about this a moment ago before the show started. It's hard for you to change my mind. You got to do something special to do that. Some of the Lions defenders have been able to do that so far. Kirby Joseph might be one of them, but Anzalone's a pretty good example of that. Others have to follow suit.
Kirby Joseph actually is a really good example as well because when he first came in, he's a ball hawk. Yeah. Like he was at Illinois. Like that's nothing new to him. He could intercept the ball. He had anticipation skills on the quarterback. He played the routes to the receivers and the tight ends as well. That came that came par for the course with him. He wasn't necessarily the best tackler. He necessarily got out of position a lot. You saw that in his first year. He struggled. He had a ton of interceptions, but he was out of place. A lot of MAs, a lot of moments where you see his defensive backs coach talking to him, Aaron Glenn talking to him over the next 2 years. So that is another example of a player getting better because you don't see that from him. At least you see it a lot less in terms of him being out of position, him missing tackles. They don't do that. They're one of the best tackling teams in the league. Aaron Glenn, coached those guys up. And Aaron Glenn, Kelvin Shepard underneath coached those guys up. Anzalone getting better is a byproduct of Kelvin Shepard, who is now your defensive coordinator. Player development is what the Lions have done well in the last 4 years, and he's one of the players that got a lot better. Talking about Alex Anzalone, it's that veteranism now. Yeah, that's why I like it a lot.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. I really am because I think that's important. We're willing as a sports-crazed city to give so much credit in another sport to Chris Fetter for helping certain pitchers.
Development,
right? Kyle Finnegan has used certain pitches more this year with the Tigers than he did in Washington. He's gone away from certain pitches, and he's stressed other. That is a direct byproduct of Chris Fetter.
Yep.
Alex Anzalone, I'm not going to give it all to Kelvin Shepard, but he deserves a lot of credit for helping this guy be molded into a better player right now. I'm not saying it's the coach. Kevin O'Connell made Sam Darnold a lot of money, okay? I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying that's part of the whole solution. Why does a guy get better? He gets better for a lot of different reasons. Calvin Shepard, Aaron Glenn, two big reasons why Alex Anzalone got better. You can't get any better than Vin Johnson. Vin Johnson will help you get better and help you protect your rights.
I want to stick with that. I want to stick with the player development thing for a second longer. I had another example, but here we are.
Oh, sorry. I had to disappoint. So you can come back with it. Then you get to Ben Johnson. I got KG over there looking at me going, "Come on, he wants to fight."
It's been a long day, man. Sorry about it.
Trust me, I get you, KD. Look, man, Ben Johnson, he's a fighter. Let him fight for you. Tough, tenacious trial lawyers, that's what they are. They want all the smoke, man. Justice, it means different things to different people. But for Ben Johnson, it means an opportunity to get you the justice that you deserve. Go to VinFights.com if you want a trial lawyer that will represent you to the best of his ability and put a little bit of money in your pocket. Ben Johnson Law is the place to do it.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. VenFights.com.
So, you're a Detroit sports fan, huh? Well then, make sure you subscribe to all the Woodward sports pages on YouTube. We have Woodward Baseball, Woodward Pistons, and of course, Woodward Hockey. Get breakdowns, updates, and bonus coverage of all things Detroit. So pick your favorite sport and follow along with the best Detroit sports coverage ever made. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
If you're looking to upgrade your relaxation game, check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills. It's the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest with top brands of massage chairs like Infinity and Osaki. They are located near the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road, right down the street from our studios, man. Experience luxury comfort with Eric Duncan. He is the wellness doc creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel ever. Book a visit right now, massagechairhouse.com, or scan the QR code above my head. Massage Chair House, your ticket to the ultimate recovery and relaxation.
And we're back.
We are back.
So just before break, you said you had a couple more examples of coaches who have influenced players and how much they've influenced those players. What other examples you got for me?
Yeah, no, just stick with that just in terms of how Alex Anzalone was able to turn that corner. When you have a coach that can pour into you and you have that record, you start to pay attention. That's why I give Kelvin Shepard a little bit more credit in terms of going into his first year as a DC. When you start to see players getting better, it's not just one player. Malcolm Rodriguez wasn't the player that I would trust as starting with the Detroit Lions when he first got here out of Oklahoma State, but He's worked with them. He's gotten better, and he's actually made key plays for the Lions over his tenure as a Detroit Lions. You look at Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell he's a brick, you know what? He's a brick house, as they say.
Yeah.
But there was some timidness. There was some things in which he was trying to figure out, and you see him get better. You see him take the strides. Last year, when Alex Anzalone is out, man, and it's just another notch to what Calvin Shepard can do, man. He's empowering these guys to get better. He's empowering these guys to be better versions of themselves. Sometimes when you go to the wrong place where you don't have the right coach, like you can have a lot of potential. But if you don't have the right guy to pull that potential out of you, put you in good spaces, man, and help you, then you won't be able to reach that full potential. But having Kelvin Shepard, you see these players taking these strides, man. It bodes well for player development. And as you know, player development is one of those things, man, it helps you get better. Look at Michigan. Look at Michigan over the first 6 years of Jim Harbaugh's tenure. Like, they were getting the Rashawn Garys, who last time I checked was the number 1 player in the country.
Yeah.
Jabril Peppers, guess what he was? Number 1 player in the country. They were getting the Mo Hurst and the players like that. You had a lot of good players come to Michigan at the time. But those players were the same year 2 as they were year 1. Those players were the same year 3 as they were year 1. You don't believe me? Look at some of the stats of those guys back then. Look at the wide receiver play. Like, look at those guys not taking strides year by year by year. That's a lot of times. They ain't on players. And I use ain't for effect. It's on coaching. Then 2021. You can talk about the other stuff, but what you will not talk about, look at Mikey Samerstill, just one guy.
That's right.
Look at Mikey Samerstill.
Wide receiver to start.
Thank you. Was a wide receiver, made the leap in second year to the defensive side of the ball, which Michigan was very good at. And look at him as a DB as a sophomore, DB as a junior. To last year, he was one of the best rookies in the league as a rookie defensive back.
Absolutely.
I think we saw him in the playoffs, and I think he made some plays against the Detroit Lions. That's player development. That's trusting your coaches. The coaches were able to get Mikey Samerstill to another level, and now he's primed to potentially be a Pro Bowl player at some point in his career. That's player development.
Yeah. And he's a little diminutive, but he plays so much bigger than his size, and that's why it's really important to have good coaches on a staff. I think especially at the collegiate level, you bring up Michigan, so I'll just stick with that. I mean, Brady Hoke was a nice enough guy. He got really good recruits. His coaching staff was not good enough for the Big Ten. People have said that about others too. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a defensive. He was a D-line coach my first 2 years, and he left and went to Ball State. So I know Brady well.
Yeah, I know you do. So he went to his alma mater, right? I mean, Ball State was his alma mater. But I saw another article recently about watchability. Which teams are the most enjoyable? Which NFL teams will be the most enjoyable teams? Now, we're all very protective of our teams. We love what guys bring to the proverbial football table. All right? And I just got done talking about it with the defense, for example. Where do you think Detroit ranks in watchability? How much fun you enjoy having while watching the Detroit Lions play football? Where would they rank in the NFL? And
a lot more fun now.
I can't see
what it used to be.
I can't see 2 teams ahead of the Lions of last year. We're just talking about what the Lions did last year. I can't name 2 teams ahead of them.
Yeah. They were must see TV.
Like, realistically, I think Baltimore, and that's only because of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. You get a twofer when you watch them. I think Rashee Rice is starting to come into his own. But Baltimore is because of Lamar Jackson. Like, Buffalo is because of Josh. But Buffalo is not ahead of the Lions. Patrick Mahomes is why you watch the Chiefs. I'd rather watch the Lions than the Chiefs. Chiefs are kind of boring, realistically. Yeah. That's what they've been the last 2 years. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Chiefs been boring. And if you look at Patrick Mahomes, he struggled in the regular season. Who are you watching outside of the Lions last year who broke all these records that weren't just the Detroit Lions history? It was NFL history. You got Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery. You got J-Mo now on the outside, as well as Amon-Ra St. Brown, putting up numbers on top of numbers. If you were bored watching the Lions last year, that's because they put 54 up in in 3 quarters against Tennessee.
Right.
Or that's because they're putting people in the chokehold so early that you're tapping out of games like they did the Saints 2 years ago. Lions, I can't see 2 teams that I would prefer to watch over them. Rams are exciting. I'm not taking them over the Lions. The Vikings were exciting last year. They couldn't beat the Lions, and the Lions scored more points.
Yeah.
So, nah.
I think Detroit averaged, their average win last year was by 13 points or more.
Yeah.
Cincinnati was a complete domination. And I know you gravitate to the offensive side of the football, and I don't blame you. I'm talking about both sides here too, and I love people know by now the infatuation I have and how good Brian Branch is and Kirby Joseph and how I feel about Terrion Arnold. I think he's going to have a really good year. Aiden Hutchinson goes without saying. Jack Campbell, huge fan of his. I think both sides of the ball, it's hard to find a team more exciting to watch. And it does beg this question, although the article did bring up two teams. You ready?
Yeah. Philly.
Washington.
Yeah. Because of Jaden Daniels.
And Terry McLaurin's really good.
Yeah.
Right?
Shout out Scary Terry.
Okay. And Baltimore.
Yeah.
Now, I agree with Braylon. I think it's primarily because of Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry's fun to watch. Is he not?
I mean, 1,843 yards. Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah.
He's a lot of fun. And they don't even know how to use him in the last 4 minutes of the first half, which is crazy.
Yeah. So I think there's something to be said for that. Maybe they got caught up in a couple of Hail Marys that Washington threw a year ago. I really do. I mean, I love Jaden Daniels. I think he's awesome.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's as exciting as what the Lions can give you. Maybe I'm overvaluing them. Every single day. If you want to go vertical, they've got guys who can go vertical. You want guys who run really good routes and have unbelievable hands, they've got that too. You want to run, you appreciate the running game in football, they've got that too. The only thing they don't have is the Q who's super mobile.
Yeah, but is that, the common denominator in what you said there is those are two mobile quarterbacks with Lamar Jackson and Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
With the Lions, you're getting more of a team effort, but is that exclusive to the Lions and how they run things, or is it a product of them just being the number one offense over the last 2 years?
That's a good question because Cincinnati's right behind them.
Yeah.
And not that I don't trust Joe Burrow to get a 3rd down and 4 with his legs.
Yeah.
I just prefer to get it with his arm.
Exactly.
Right? And then many people might question whether or not Jared Goff can do just that. And I think he's proven he can. You just don't want him necessarily outside the pocket. It's not his strength. His strength is inside the pocket.
If we're talking about both sides of the ball, look, Washington is very cool. I like what they do. I think Debo is going to be much better this year than people think. I think people are sleeping because they don't like a lot of his antics and things that happen at the end of that season. Debo is going to be fine for them, and now he has Jaden Daniels throwing the ball. It's just the defensive side of the ball. If you're telling me it's a totality type of thing, they were giving up points left and right last year. So you're telling me a more exciting team to watch as a whole is this Washington Commanders team. I know they added some pieces to defense this year. I don't see them as better than what the Lions did last year. The Lions, just like what the Lions defense was last year, with everybody hurt, with Itleem hurt at the end of the season, Meek at the end of the season, Anzalone, Aiden, we don't have to play this game. We know there's a lot of people. They still were winning. They still were going 3-0. They were still leading the league in some defensive categories. I don't know how. They still were leading the league in defensive categories. So that was without Aiden Hutchinson. That was without having a DJ Reed, who's going to be a great sidekick for Terrion Arnold. They'll go back and forth as 1 and 2 and 2 and 1. That was without Marcus Davenport, who we are praying sees 13 games this year. 13, I'm cool. That was before we had these guys. That was before we drafted Talik Williams. That's before. So we didn't have those guys, and we operated that well on defense. A lot of it is because of offense putting teams in binds where they got to pass the ball all game. But I piped down on saying the Commanders will be a better complete watch than the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Although Washington does have one of my favorite players in football, and you brought up Mikey Sandstrom earlier. So there's at least 2 guys who I really enjoy watching.
Von Miller?
No, Bobby Wagner.
I know. I was in Seattle when he got drafted.
Yeah, I love that dude, man. I mean he could play for me any day of the week. I think he's awesome. But it does beg this question. When you talk about watchability or you talk about excitement, so you and I think we briefly talked about this the other day regarding the Tigers. Who says you can't enjoy a 1-0 game in extra innings?
No, absolutely.
That was an exciting game.
I enjoyed it.
Scooble and Hunter Brown made it really exciting. Some good defensive plays.
Depends on what you're looking for.
Plays.
Football is different.
But I think football is
different. I don't want to see a
13-10 game.
Bingo. You can have a really good 13-10 game. We've gotten so accustomed to offense controlling the pace and being so exciting. Yeah. If you get in the end zone, it creates a better level of excitement. If it's a better level of excitement, this must be a better game. That's what we're conditioned as humans. And so when you get a 10-7 game, that means I had to watch 60 minutes for the final score to be 10-7. Yeah. And when was that 10th point scored?
Right.
When did it become 10-7? Was it 30 seconds left in the game? So
a lot of struggle.
Football's different. If it doesn't give you the numbers, it's like,
Yeah, I think there's two sports. Correct me if you think I'm wrong here. I think there's two sports that you need scoring to be entertained.
Basketball and football.
I think
Clearly
football and
basketball, yeah.
If you're shooting 38% as a team and you're giving me 84 points, I'm bored on my gourd.
Yeah.
And football, probably the same thing, like you said, 10-7. I don't know how much is enough for you, but you want to see some scoring. Hockey, you can understand it because you got a guy in goal who might stand on his head and make some saves. You might have some great scoring chances. And baseball, I think a lot of people can appreciate how dominant certain pitchers can be.
And it's the plays. But baseball and hockey is those plays. It's the puck flying, they hitting it, and then with baseball,
infield and double plays.
There's a lot
what
of
does
other
the
things
outfield look like?
Right, there's a lot of other things you
Play
can
at the
celebrate.
plate,
But football, I need some touchdowns, man.
In football, tell me if I'm wrong on this. I think a good benchmark for football where the game is exciting enough. Both teams have to hit 14.
Yeah, two touchdowns apiece.
There we go. Two touchdowns.
I think that's a low bar, buddy. I think it's a really low bar.
It is, but at least that two touchdowns is cool.
Yeah. It's a somewhat entertaining game.
There we go. It's somewhat entertaining. I'm not saying that, hey, look, if I had to peg, what is the point total that I want to see to draw me in? It's not going to be 14-14. But at least 14-14, I saw 2 touchdowns, whether it was defensive or special teams or something. Like, I saw 2 touchdowns. It was a fight, and obviously it'd be 17-14. But you get enough points. You get in the 30 round. The perfect storm for me is if I get 21-28, it's been a game.
Yeah.
Anything after that is
no
bonus.
defense, but a game.
Right. So to put that in perspective, every team in the National Football League last year averaged at least 17 points a game.
Oh, wow.
Now, that might be surprising to some, but to me, that would be, okay. I can deal with that.
Agreed.
But the Chicago Bears are averaging about 17 points per game, and a lot of people felt they were a boring team. So to your point, you've got to have that unless you've got a defense similar to that of the Ray Lewis-led Ravens or the Mike Singletary-led Bears.
Ain't too many defenses like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a reason those are historically great.
Their Ravens team is ridiculous. I want to say the Ravens that year they won the Super Bowl, they gave us something like 8 points in the playoffs.
I think you're right about that.
To go 4 games in the playoffs, because they weren't the number 1 seed, if you remember, because of how their season started, to only give up 8 points in the playoffs. That's why they're in the conversation, the best defense of all time.
Yeah, it's always been a fun debate because the people in Chicago, and I'm sure the great Steelers teams had it. Even the great Viking teams that didn't win the Super Bowl had great defenses led by their purple people eaters. I still think Bobby Bryant was a worthless cornerback personally. But Paul Krause, who's from the Flint area, is in the Hall of Fame, and he was one of their best safeties, but I digress. I think there's the reason, at least in the relatively modern era, you're talking about either the Bears of '85 or that Ravens defense with Ed Reed and Tony Siragusa and of course Ray Lewis, which was pretty special.
That Seattle Seahawks defense. Now I've always taken the stance that I don't think that they're better than either one of those teams. But when I tell you that they're just up underneath in terms of how good they were, seeing Cam Chancellor and Errol and Richard in person, and then you had Chris Clemens and Brandon Meebane on that defensive line, and then a young Bobby Wagner. You had KJ Wright, who was very deceptively good, man. Texas A&M, shout out to him. They were a damn good defense, and what they did to Denver in that Super Bowl, I mean,
ridiculous.
Yeah, can't give it to KJ Wright because of the illegal batting out of the end zone against the Lions in the playoffs. Yeah. So that's a hard thing for me to really accept. But that was what, 2013?
2013,
right?
14.
Yeah. I thought that was 17 when they faced the Seahawks in the playoffs. That was 2017.
No, I'm sorry. I was referring to the defense.
But yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
My apologies.
And the one team we didn't even bring up is the 1973 Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
Because
they were better than the team that won, according
to a lot of people.
A lot of people. Yeah.
I just did a quick search. 1990 New York Giants. Their linebackers,
80s 49ers.
Their linebackers were arguably the 3 greatest collection. When you had
Harry Carson,
you had Lawrence Taylor, of course,
young Lawrence,
Carl Banks, Gary Reasons, was he part of that too, or was that earlier? Either way, that linebacking core, similar to that of the Steelers, when the Steelers had Lambert and Ham and Russell, all three of them were first-team All-Pro. I don't know if you've ever seen that before. That's incredible.
San Francisco 49ers 2011 and 12. They were really good too, man. When you had Navarro Bowman as well as Patrick Willis, you had Dante Whitner, Deshaun Goldson. That was a good team too. Justice Smith up front with Alden.
This one also has the 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Derek
by
Brooks,
John
very
Lynch
good.
And Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks. Yeah. Derek Brooks is so underrated.
Oh, yeah.
And Rondé Barber.
John Lynch.
Yeah, that's why I say John Lynch is the safety. Yeah.
Whew. Man, listen, John Lynch is a good dude. Like me and John Lynch have golfed together. He's a super cool guy, so this isn't any shade. John Lynch is one of those examples, man. It's not about where you go. I mean, it's not about when you go. It's where you go and who you're with. You put John Lynch in that cover 2, that famous Tampa 2 that Tony Dungy, got implemented there. You put him there with Warren Sapp, with Derek Brooks, with Simeon Rice, with Rondé Barber. It's a lot easier to just knock people's heads off and make tackles.
Yeah, you and I briefly touched on this yesterday. I'm not in the habit of taking things away from guys. I think those guys were probably benefiting from his ability too. I don't think you make a Hall of Fame if you're a little less than. There's a lot of guys who play with really great players.
But there's different types of players in terms of position. Like if you're a defensive coordinator and you're going to run more of a man scheme, you're not drafting John Lynch. John Lynch is not a man safety. Yeah. So you put him in a concept where it's a lot of man, he's going to get out of pocket a lot, and he'll be like Alex Anzalone when we're having a conversation about him being out of place and not necessarily seeing it. But if you put him in a cover 2 where he's shading or he's comboing a lot, where he can really use his cerebralness and tap in, and now he has a hell of a Hall of Fame career. Then he goes to Denver, another Tampa 2 cover season, and then his Hall of Fame career, deservingly so.
Yeah. One of those Denver safeties, to me, was always one of the better ones. Steve Atwater was just a phenomenal player. I think he played at Arkansas. I got the numbers for you. Your Ravens, that discussion, held offenses to 10 points or fewer 15 of the 20 games in which they played. They allowed the fewest points and fewest rushing yards in a 16-game season. That said, the Chicago Bears allowed 12.5 points per game and led the league in scoring, yards, turnovers, and first downs, en route to a 15-1 season.
Leading the league in scoring when you only have one wide receiver. Hear me out. They had one stud wide receiver.
Right.
You only had one wide receiver back then. Willie Gault was like a mystery man. Just fast. They just throw go routes.
Great track star at Tennessee, by the way.
Olympian.
Okay. Yeah, Olympian. Yeah. All right, quick timeout. When we come back, some concern, just a little bit, from Lions camp earlier today. And one guy will tell you that he's as good as it gets and should make this team. We'll explain about that with the Lions when we come back here on the Braylon Edwards Show on Woodward Sports. Sundays in Detroit got a lot smoother. Now, we hope the Lions will have a nice, smooth ride to a division championship and an NFC title appearance as well. If so, you get it with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea and, of course, us here at the Woodward Sports Network. Real vodka, real iced tea, no bubbles. It's just a clean, crisp sip that you'll be able to enjoy all day long. Just 100 calories, so you won't feel bloated, but 4.5% alcohol. Not bad. Perfect for tailgates, perfect for parties, and perfect for relaxing as well. This season, let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser and Woodward Sports, but please drink responsibly.
Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Hey, are you looking for a new ride? You don't have to look any further than Les Stanford Buick and GMC. They got great offers for everybody. Check it out on the screen right there. You see that double cab elevation? That Sierra pickup, $169 a month plus tax. The 2025 Hummer EV SUT is sweet. They've got a couple of deals for you. $599 plus tax, $699 including tax. Celeste Stanford Buick and GMC, they've got everything you need. They've got a ton of selection. All you got to do is check out that massive inventory on their website, lesstanford.com.
At Car, how about you get it washed?
Why don't you take it over to Jack's Car Wash? Look, right now, this is how we'll preface it for you guys, man. We'll get you a free car wash. All you got to do is text WSN to 888-522-1729. Once again, that's 888-522-1729. That's a free car wash. That'll get you going. And once you get that free car wash, maybe you don't even need it. Why don't you just get the unlimited package right now? That comes with 40 plus locations around the state. So it's Jack's Car Wash everywhere. And that $29.99, look, you can get a car wash every day of the month. You know, it rains, so what? Take the car back that same day. That's what Jack's is, man. They're here for you. Free vacuums, free compressed air, free mat cleaning rooms, 8 interior changing locations, and hand towel drying service when you complete your wash. Jack's is the place for us, so it's the place for you too.
And we're back.
Michigan can be really hard on cars.
Oh, yeah.
Man, what? These potholes and weather.
The snow, the salt.
Yeah,
it's
tough on cars. So really, if you think about it seriously, I mean, the Jack's Car Wash deal,
it's a great one.
It pays for yourself. It pays for itself.
You can get 2 washes a day if you wanted to.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean,
you get 3 washes a day.
You guys don't even take 2 showers a day.
Well, some of us.
Who does that?
Right.
Definitely I do. But one of the biggest things too, that salt, whoever said salt in the wintertime, people don't take care of their cars. They don't get car washes in the wintertime. They think, oh, it's snow, I don't want to get it. Why get it? It's going to be slushy.
Right.
Yeah.
No. That is the wrong way to think. You better take yourself to Jack's and get those car washes because that salt, man, it rushes your car away. And that's not what you
absolutely
want. It's not the look you want.
Yeah, you're right. It hurts your car. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
Hey, speaking of getting hurt, Graham Glasgow got hurt today at practice. Lower left leg injury. Don't know how serious it is. I'm not trying to panic people by any stretch.
Calf.
But he's a really important piece to this team.
You think?
Because if you suddenly want, this is maybe the reason they used Tate Ratledge early on at the position, but they've decided on Graham Glasgow. Ratledge seems to have excelled at right guard. If you lose the veteran center, you move a right guard to center where he's really never played.
Yeah.
You do it in the middle of a season. Then you got to fill the right guard spot knowing full well the left guard is already new. That creates problems. We all know Jared Goff has trouble with pressure. Every quarterback has trouble with pressure, especially up the middle, right, Braylon? But Jared Goff was one of the his QBR last year under pressure was ranked 28th. His QBR with a clean pocket, I believe, ranked 3rd. So that tells you right there how important the middle of that offensive line is going to be.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's not too serious with Graham Glasgow.
One of the biggest things, you talk about losing Frank Ragnow, losing Kevin Zeitler, and a lot of people just, turn up their nose like it didn't matter. It's not necessarily that your backups, who are now the starters, Graham Glasgow at the center position, we hope that goes well. Tate Rowledge was maybe working in or out trying to figure that out. It's that next guy is going to be a rookie or an inexperienced vet or a guy that you don't want him protecting Jared Goff from Chris Jones. You don't want him protecting Jared Goff from Jalen Carter. Insert defensive end or defensive tackle. So now it goes to what you say. When Jared Goff gets pressure, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, there's a different quarterback. There's 28 out of 32. Exactly. There's 28 as opposed to 3 when he's the clean pocket. What does that look like this year? What does it look like when he has to get out on the move and run a little bit? We saw that in the Commanders game when he didn't have time, when he felt a little rushed, when he felt a little panic. Now he's trying to do things on his own. Now he's making mistakes and interception as opposed to standing in the pocket and being able to find, Tim Patrick by stepping up. If you got big Kevin Zeitler there, now you're rolling out on the end and you're trying to make plays and you're throwing interceptions or you're fumbling the balls, which is one of his issues his first year here and when he left the Rams. So this is something to keep an eye on. The Lions, we talk about how talented they are and blah, 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 but this is a real deal. If Graham Glasgow can't go, now what's the next move? Do you move Tate Rowledge, who's excelling at the right guard? Do you move him back to the center? Now you have to re-get Jared Goff because he never developed chemistry with Tate Rowledge at the center position.
That's a deal, isn't it?
100%. And you're talking how close to the season opener are we?
Yeah, a couple weeks.
100%. So this isn't a good thing because the biggest thing is even if he comes back, Graham Glasgow, if he's good, and we hope he's fine, we haven't heard anything otherwise, he's missing valuable reps of quarterback center exchange. Like I cannot tell you how valuable the quarterback center exchange is, and not taking them full speed. That messes you up a little bit timing-wise.
Guys, isn't it interesting that I would say a year ago, when you looked at the offensive line, you might say the most or the least significant, I hate to phrase it that way, but of the 5 guys up front, the least significant might have been Graham Glasgow.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this year, because of the 2 losses and moving him to center, we all know Penny Sewell's the best in the business, but he might be the most significant. You make that argument.
Yeah, no, at this point. And shout out to CT Squid in the chat really quick. He says, no, you just bring in Yodi to play center until Graham gets back. Iowa Sika is your best backup lineman, and he is also the backup center. He starts, it's that simple.
All that sounds good, and everybody has an easy plan for him. Well, all you do is you move this guy here. Like, at what point do you guys, pay attention a little bit? At what point do you guys... okay, let me take a little step back. They have taken a hit. It is going to take a little bit to get that back on track. You look at this offensive line over the last 4 years, they've had Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl on this offensive line.
Yeah.
It was easier for Jared Goff to do it, whether it was Jonah Jackson, Pro Bowler, whether it's Taylor Decker, Pro Bowler, whether it's Frank Ragnow, second best center only behind Jason Kelsey, whether it's Kevin Zeitler, guess what? He's a Pro Bowler. And one of the best right guards in the game last year relates to the running game. And then Penei Sewell, we know who he is. This has been the offensive line, the rotating offensive line for the better part of 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Now there's no Kevin Zeitler. Now there's no Jonah Jackson. Now there's no Frank Ragnow. Now Graham Glasgow, who told you center ain't even his favorite position.
Right.
Now he's hurt. So now we've gone from Pro Bowler to Pro Bowler to this guy All-Pro to this is stout. This is what we make our bread and butter to. One guy is getting old and long in the tooth at the left tackle. We're trying to figure out what the left guard is going to be this year. Very hopeful for Christian Mahogany, but the key word is hopeful. Still trying to see it. The center position, who's going to play it right now? Tate Rowledge, looking up. I like that. Everything I'm hearing out of there, Dan Campbell doesn't blow smoke shut. So we can believe what we hear about Tate Rowledge and we saw in the game, and then won't have to worry about Big 58.
Yeah.
That's a cause for concern.
And at a base level, CT, I think we would all agree that I like Yodi, but he is a downgrade from Graham Glasgow.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason he's second on the depth chart. Okay?
Yeah, that's a fact.
And some of my favorite stories from Braylon are about his conversations with offensive linemen. I don't think we would be saying this about if Sam Laporta went down, or if Jared Goff went down, or dare I say Amon-Ra St. Brown, even though the wide receiver room is pretty stacked. We say that flippantly about offensive linemen. We think it's that easy. Plug and play. Yeah. And it's really the most difficult because they work in such concert together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they work cohesion, man. That left goes with the left, right goes with the right. You get used to the man to your left. You get used to, let's say you're the center. You get used to wrapping the left guard. Like, I know how he'll cover things. I know how he'll cover my butt. I don't have to worry about this. It starts to become a blind system, if you will. I trust this guy. I trust this guy. He trusts the guy next to him, and you rock and roll. When you're looking to your left, every time it's a new guy or it's a new person, or you're trying to figure out, dang, how's Christian Mahogany? What does he do when we go 33 blast? Like, does he chip off his left foot? Does he? Okay. It's an interesting thing because they are one of the – they're like a glove.
Yeah, I love that insight. You're so smart about that, especially the center position, because they are making all the calls. Yeah. This is not so easy. It's like plug and play. This should be simple. There you go. When you have to make all those calls, that's an additional responsibility that a lot of young guys maybe aren't as adept at yet.
When you trust guys – also, two guys can have your back in this league, man. Like when Penei Sewell knows what he's getting out of Kevin Zeitler by week 2, now he can take on, more one-on-ones because, look, he can go out and he can press because he knows if he gets beat underneath by Nick Bosa, he knows if somehow he gets beat by Trey Henderson, he knows Kevin Zeitler, whatever he's doing, is going to have the strength, have the time where he's, all right, cool, I'll be right back to you. And he can chip out on his guy and then come back to his guy. Yeah. You don't know if Tate Rowledge can do that yet.
Yeah.
Taylor Decker doesn't know if Christian Mahogany can have his back if he gets on a pickle on the outside. What does the inside look like? When you have to worry about a lot more, it makes it tougher.
So it begs the question: A, when will they know? I don't know if anybody can answer that question. But second of all, remember last week we played the soundbite from Tate Ratledge, complimenting Penei Sewell and how important he has been to his progress, and how much he's meant to him, not just him as a right guard, but him as a guy getting to learn the NFL, right? And that he's confident that he knows Penei Sewell is going to have his proverbial back if some guy happens to beat him on a certain play. Those are some of the little things that oftentimes we just don't recognize. I know you do, but we don't recognize all that stuff.
I think we, as a fan base, we just kind of fell in love with that next man up mentality. And when you look at the Lions last season, although we lost Hutch early, although we lost Marcus Davenport early, you were still able to win a lot of games, the most in franchise history, being injured. And I do understand it's the regular season, but I think just as a fan base, we've fallen in love with that next man up mentality because they've been able to do that.
It's a good point.
No, that is very fair. The next man up, it worked for you last year. And like I said, they led the league in some defensive categories, and you're looking like, wow, this is like the 4th string DB.
Right.
This is like the 7th string defensive line.
Jamal Adams was playing linebacker for 100%. Like, what are we talking about?
He was a badass as a safety.
Completely forgot about that situation. Yeah. But the other side of it too is, I don't want to give all the credit, but it's realistic. That offense was so dynamic last year. It put so many teams in the chokehold. By halfway through the second quarter, you're passing the ball every down. Yeah. You're no longer trying to run the ball because Jameer's got 2 touchdowns. Like every game last year, this is when I was my heavy betting phase. I'm no longer that guy.
Right.
But like
he's reformed.
You're no longer that guy. Every first quarter, you knew you were going to get 2 from Jameer and 1 from Demo.
Yeah.
You knew by the end of the first quarter, you were going to at least have 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, teams are playing catch up. Great
100%.
point.
So now you got to pass all game. Yeah. That's how that defense was able to have such good defensive statistics with losing guys. They got to pass. Yeah. You can cover all game if they're going to pass all game. It won't be that way this year.
Yeah.
So if Graham were to go down, I mean, that's pretty serious. Do you think they go out and try to find somebody maybe from training camp cuts?
Knowing them, no. Fair. Would I? Yes, but it doesn't matter what I would do. I never seem to know the pulse of what's
Brad
right
Holmes.
for the Detroit Lions and Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. But if Graham Glasgow goes down and he's going to miss significant time, yes.
I know the first call would probably be at Frank Ragnow. I mean,
right. Hey, what you doing, buddy?
Is there any chance? Just give us 4 games.
Right.
Come on, man. What's it going to take to get you here?
Give you $1 million a game.
I wouldn't blame them one bit for making that phone call. I know we got to hit a timeout. A little bit later on, we've got a very special guest coming in studio for the Braylon Edwards show. And I do want to get Braylon's thoughts on how many captains are enough since the 2 big schools have named their captains. But when we come back,
big school?
Huh?
What's the other big school?
when we come back, 2 guys have seemed to dominate Lions training camp. The same names are making headlines again today. We'll get to that on the Braylon Edwards show when we return on Woodward Sports after this.
But right now, we got to double up, man. So tell me about Dr. Pierce, Bray.
Hey, Dr. Pierce, the Injury Insider. Don't miss out with the Injury Insider on Dr. Pierce on the the Big D Energy Tuesdays. And he does our show on Thursdays. Dr. Pierce is the guy you want to know. Scan that QR code above my head, or you can call his office at 248-426-9944. Dr. Pierce can diagnose anything. And I'm not putting him on blast. This is legitimately what he does. He can get you right. It doesn't matter if you're a former athlete like myself or Darren McCarty. He can still get you right. He can diagnose shoulders, ankles, knees, elbows. It doesn't matter. He will get you right. Try to get you back to yourself, feeling good, feeling great. Call Dr. Pierce, 248-426-9944.
Now, Braylon was talking about not betting. I know that's not you. So Caesar Sportsbook is what you need to download. If you haven't already downloaded, man, when you do, your first bet from $20 to $1,000. If you lose it, you get the money back, man. That's crazy. You probably think I'm crazy for saying that. No, it's real, man. Use the code Woodward1000 or scan that QR code, man. If your first bet between $20 and $1,000 doesn't hit, you'll get the money back. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app today. It is the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use that code Woodward1000 or just scan that QR code. Download the Caesar Sportsbook right now.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone. Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports. The Super Bowl parade in Detroit will be one for the record books. Detroit just does it different. Woodward Sports, your official Super Bowl or bust Lions network.
Looking for dental plans that sizzle? Hit the Black Rock Bar and Grill, home of the steak on a stone. Check this out. If you mention Woodward Sports, you score an exclusive 20% off your total food bill. Just for our listeners, man, this is what we want to do. We want to partner with people that want to bring you on as well. Don't miss their daily deals like the Tasty Tuesdays, Thursday steak and scampi steak and scampi combo, and Sunday sips. Also, check out the new summer flavors menu with the pineapple brulee cheesecake. Get some of that brulee cheesecake at Black Rock with 755-degree Black Rock volcano. Now that's how you sizzle a steak.
We just have a blank screen. When we talk about Black Rock, we just have a blank screen I see the steaks. I see the lobster. I see all these things that make me go, can we have a little bit more? Because that would be really enjoyable if we had a plate full of that kind of food right here at Black Rock. It sounds so good, doesn't it? Same names have been dominating Lions training camp. It's the name that you wanted to talk about when we first started together. Isaac Tesla and Jamison Williams. Both shined again today. Both with reportedly really nice touchdown catches. Tesla just seems to catch everything. The wide receiver room that this team has, however you want to rank them, St. Brown 1, Jamison Williams 2, Isaac Tesla 3. I think he's the 3 right now.
Oh, yeah.
Tim Patrick the 4, Khalif Raymond the 5. And I suppose there's room for, additional guys to talk a little bit about. Jackson Meeks has had a really nice camp. In fact, you could look at his numbers for an undrafted free agent. He, along with Jamar Chase, are 2 of 5 receivers in the preseason, for what it's worth, with a perfect 158.3 passer rating catch situation. Okay, it's pretty impressive.
Well, it makes sense if that's his passer rating catch. It makes sense his comment then. Jackson Meeks, I saw this. I'm glad you brought him up. He made a comment. He said, "I'm one of the best players in the world."
Quote.
Well, he doesn't lack any confidence.
Yeah.
But the wide receiver room, how do you view it right now? How are you looking at it going into the final preseason game?
Bray, don't throw Tim Patrick in the trash, please.
You said what?
Don't throw Tim Patrick in the trash,
Who's
please.
throwing him in the trash?
A lot of people are.
I'm not throwing him in the trash. And I said this the other day. I still think Tim Patrick is the number 3. I think it's because he's done it and built that trust with Jared Goff in the regular season. He's built chemistry. He's built trust. That's one thing about Jared Goff. Like, if he don't trust you, he's not going to throw you the ball. Now, that's the NFL, but especially quarterbacks like Jared Goff, more drop-back quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. If you can't catch, if you don't run routes the right way, if you don't get open, they won't find you. I think Tim Patrick proved himself, and he went to him in major spots last year in playoffs as well as big games. So I still think he's the 3. Tesla's trying to become the 3. Now that is looking like it's gonna happen, but right now Tim's still the 3. I think you have a really good receiver room and you do a lot. I think you cover all the bases. J-Mo is your speedy guy. He's not a big guy, but he's not small. Mm-hmm. He's a guy, speedy guy, starting to run all the routes. He's starting to put the pressure on the secondaries. I think he's gonna make it real hard for coordinators to kind of game plan on the Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, he's the guy that can do it all. He's the guy, as much as we talk about his size, he'll go up and get a ball on you. He runs good routes. He'll get by you if you're sleeping. You don't believe me? Ask the Minnesota Vikings about that. Ask the Green Bay Packers about that. Like, I think he had 190 or 180 on the Vikings. He can get the yards. He can make the play. He has sure hands, and he knows offense like the back of his head. He is a on-the-field coach, for lack of a better word. Sure. So that's an amazing weapon. That's an amazing asset to have. So you have him. You have Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick is a guy. He is no stranger to the third down catch.
Yes,
now
sir.
he may not be blowing the top off of coverages, or he may not be your electric guy, but he is a sure-handed guy. When it's 3rd and 6, when it's 3rd and 8, Tim Patrick makes the plays. He makes the catch. And then when you get him in the red zone, how many big plays have we seen him make in the red zones? Touchdowns in the red zones as well. So it's a guy that can do that. Tesla is the guy. He's your mutant. For lack of a better word, now, he's your mutant. He's your guy that's 6'4", he's 218, he's a hands catcher. He's starting to become a route runner. Like, he's running routes now. That's what you didn't see at Arkansas, because they just throw him in the slot and, let him run a seam route.
How do you notice that? What do you mean he's running routes now?
Because in Arkansas, he was a 3rd wide receiver, and they just put him in the slot. He'll run seam routes, or you put him in the red zone, you throw a jump ball. Not necessarily paying attention to detailed type routes or trusting the skill set of a wide receiver, just being an athlete. Like, now you're watching him run curl routes. Now you're watching him run dig routes where he has to slow down in the second windows, and that's what you see. Well, at least that's what I've seen in practice, and I've seen in the first 3 preseason games. Okay. Like, he is a big weapon in multiple facets. You can use him like they use him in Arkansas. You can use him in the red zone like we've seen so far in the preseason, and you can deep post. There's a lot you can do with him, and you bring him in the game to block. Because what you still do well is you run the ball with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. He's a big body wide receiver. He can help you in the slot. Yeah. And then Khalif Raymond, the special play guy, the Weapon X, the trick play, fast guy, and also big play receiver. We see him make a lot of plays on 3rd and 12, 3rd and 14, 3rd and 10, where they bring him in there and get him the ball and let him get going. So you have every kind of receiver that you need in the NFL. You got the big body. You got the small body that can do it all. You got the guy that runs 4.2. There's only one other team in the league that has that. Yeah. You know, you got Khalif Raymond, that punt returner, where you just get the ball to him early, let him be a punt returner, let him be a kick returner, let him be a special teamer, you know, wide receiver screens and things like that. And then you got the young bull and Tesla, and you even got a couple of cats like Meeks or Levette if they make the squad. Right. So I think this is a well-rounded receiver room. That was the best way to put it.
Yeah,
they
you could
cover all the bases.
Yeah, you could make the argument that it is the deepest part of their team. And to be honest with you, you really have two big-bodied receivers. If you look at Tesla at 6'4", 220, Tim Patrick 6'5", 210. And to your point, you're right about Tim Patrick. Yeah. I'm not dissing on him. I just think Tesla's passed him as the number 3 receiver. I think he'll be the number 3 at some point this year. If it's not opening day against Green Bay, I think it'll be sometime early in the season before the bye break. But Tim Patrick, 20 of his 33 rocks last year were first down catches.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay? That's a big deal. That's not saying anybody else can't do that. I'm not taking it away from him. But that doesn't mean nobody else can do that. Yeah. Amon-Ra St. Brown can do that. Jamison Williams can do that. And I'm really confident, based on what we've seen so far, that Isaac Tesla will be able to do that.
Hey, speaking of which, we have that David Shaw video if you want to play that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is what you've seen this, I'm sure. David Shaw, who's the passing coordinator for the Lions, said this in the last preseason game against Miami to Isaac Tesla. Listen to this.
All you're doing is building confidence in the quarterbacks, right? It's you and any human being on the planet one-on-one. You can come down.
So really good little soundbite there talking about, listen, anybody one-on-one with you, you're coming down with it.
Yeah, 100%. That's how it should be. It has no read, or it has nothing to do with who's checking you. You're 6'4", you're 220, you have hands, you have skill. We've seen you make this play. That ball goes up, it's yours. Yeah. Like, that's the hill you got to die on as a wide receiver. The ball goes in the air. I'm a big body wide receiver. I'm 6'4". I got to come down with that ball. And if I don't come down with that ball, then I got to get pass interference. Like, that's how you do it. You go get the ball, you get the pass interference. But you're right in the sense that, you know, it was I can't think of his name from Wisconsin, the wide receiver we had for a while, but it was him. And then it was Josh Reynolds once. You know, Jared Goff, they brought Josh Reynolds in. He had the relationship from the Los Angeles Rams. That became his third guy. That became the guy that he trusted because he always had the relationship. They move on from him because of a couple passes in the NFC Championship. You bring in Tim Patrick, and now he fills that role. He's the third guy, making big catches. You trust him. That role can be filled by anybody, realistically. That's what the Lions are showing you once you get trust. But they drafted a guy this time around to actually become that role, so they no longer had to. Well, is it going to be Josh this year? Okay, we got rid of Josh. All right, well, here's Tim Patrick. Yeah. Now you get a guy that's going to be the guy, and realistically, you know what this move is setting up. Yeah. This is setting up a bigger move.
You told us that. I mean, you said, look, if you don't think Tim Patrick understands this, then you're missing the boat. Tim Patrick understands it. You don't move up to the third round, and as much capital as Detroit moved up, and draft this guy, and him come in and perform the way he did and has, and say, sorry, you're going to be a special teams guy. I don't know if he's leapfrogged Tim Patrick yet. I greatly respect what he adds to the offense. But I do have to remind people, 2 years ago, he missed an entire season with Achilles. 3 years ago, he missed an entire season with an ACL. Yeah. And earlier this camp, he was hurt as well. So he may be your number 3 starter, but when you look at snaps, my guess is Isaac Tesla is going to get just as many, if not more.
Because he does more. He does more than Tim Patrick. He allows you the ability to do more. He creates more of a mismatch than Tim Patrick. And newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, they didn't bring Isaac Tesla and move up in the draft to get this guy just for him to be a number 3. Let that sink in. They didn't move up in the draft just so he can be the shiny number 3 that they can show off. They moved up to get him in the draft because they expected him to be a starting number 2. Now, who's not going to be here next year? We'll see.
Not enough people have talked about that, but I'm glad you kind of opened that door, because I said that the other day as well, and I think you're dead on there, because you're not going to be able to keep everybody. Nope. I do want to get to, the captains. It's a really interesting dynamic in college sports these days, and we will get to that coming up here on the Braylon Edwards Show. But first, Buddy's Pizza, more food,
While we're hungry.
It's incredible. You would think Tim and the rest of the sales team would bring in a box of pizza every once in a while, at least once a week. Buddy's, I know, wants to give it to us. It says Braylon right there next to Buddy's. Braylon. Braylon's Buddy's Pizza. Just waiting for it. Ricky eats pizza all the time. He's told you earlier today, it's the one thing he could eat every single day. And we're not even asking for it every day. We're asking for it once a week. How good would it be right now to be doing this read while eating Buddy's Pizza?
Oh, I love it.
It doesn't get any better than that. But they've got the barbecue brisket pizza. They've got the barbecue chicken salad. They've got the Super Summer Sundae. How good does that sound?
Super Summer Sundae.
Braylon's eating his salads. I would eat the Summer Sundae. All right there at your
Everybody's
neighborhood.
happy.
What's that?
Everybody's happy.
I would be really happy if I had that. Tim's telling me
there
Monday.
it is. Look at that.
We holding you to that.
We're all of us. It's all witnesses right here.
Yep, we
Witness,
here.
right?
It's on wax.
So
I
don't
trust.
So the
forget.
internet forever.
And
Right, it's
listen,
on wax.
If you don't want to do the pizza, you can
trust
do the
it.
smash burgers because they've got those. The smash stacks. Bring those on. Those are really good. Done Detroit style. Absolutely. Smash stacks. You've got that. You've got the square slice. You've got full of flavor. It's only at Buddy's Pizza and buddyspizza.com. Let's go. We're hungry.
The Tigers are the best team in baseball. Get the best coverage in Detroit right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Every Scooble start, every green homer, and all the action can be followed on all of our social media. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's World Series or bust, Detroit, and we are here for the ride. Woodward Sports.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. High school summer pass still going on August 31st. That gives everybody 14 and 19 a chance to come into the gym and work out for free. Health is wealth, and we care about physical as well as mental. If you like that, I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Focus Finance. But this is a little Grayson for you. You know, Grayson makes great shirt downtown Detroit. But back to Planet Fitness. Look, man, time to get in shape. Time to get in shape. I'm talking to you. It's time to get in shape. It's time to get in mental shape. It's time to get in physical shape. And you got to do it at Planet Fitness because there's no judgment. We want you to come to the gym, judgment-free zone. Gyms are squeaky clean, including the locker rooms. And then there's a trainer with every membership you have. So come down to Planet Fitness where your fitness is essential.
That is a good-looking shirt, isn't
I
it?
appreciate that, man. Let me see. Get you
I
over
love
there,
it.
Get you this. There we go. There
What
we
golf
go.
shirts do you have?
How many golfers you had?
130 or something?
No, it's a lot.
30?
130?
130?
I mean,
I can believe that.
I only wear 30 of them, but like every golf season, you're gonna just think about this. Every golf season, you pick up 10 shirts.
No, I don't.
Well, I was gonna say the average person.
He's Braylon Edwards, so I mean, he has that
the
luxury.
average. Okay, the average golfer, in my opinion, 10.
Let me come to your defense. I would say at least 5 to 10.
I haven't seen him wear the same golf shirt all the weeks we've been doing the show.
But that's what I was gonna say. Like, so the average person, I would say 5 to 10 golf shirts through a year is what you buy. Say 10,
I love
right?
that shirt, man.
All the outings I play in, like, I get shirts. I get shirts from the outings, and/or people invite me out for rounds. And when you go into the pro shop, where they say, "Hey, just grab something," I got to put it on my membership anyway. Appreciate it. Let me get that Grayson shirt or let me get that Peter Millard shirt. So I just clean up.
Wow.
That's what's up. I love it.
Thank you.
I love
Hey,
it.
I was just going to say that. That's what's up.
It's
right
privileges that come with put that backdrop on, man. You know what I'm saying? The Braylon Network show. It's privileges that come with it's privileges with that.
That's as sharp a shirt as I've seen for golf. I absolutely love it. All right, let's get to this, and then we've got a really special, wicked, awesome wishes segment that we're going to bring to you here on the Braylon Edwards Show. Both Michigan,
That's where the privileges come from.
there it is.
Right,
Yeah.
for real.
Dude on the floor. I'm glad the picture was
Talk about it,
captured
Bray.
this way. That's Nate Sally. He's from Florida, St. Thomas Aquinas. He knocked my helmet off on the first drive of the game. I ran a reverse route, and I thought I was a reverse.
Yeah.
I thought I had gotten out of bounds. I still was like a foot and a half inside the line. He knocked my helmet off. I got him back, though.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah, you did.
When I tell you I didn't know where I was, this old school football. I knocked my helmet off, my beanie came off.
Oh,
Remember cats wearing the beanie?
Not the beanie.
Yup, the start. My beanie came off.
Oh, hell
So
no.
now
That's what made the helmet come off easier.
but this is what I did though. Pick up my. This is a true story. Pick up my helmet. I jog over to the sideline. Soup, Eric Campbell, my wide receivers coach. He come up to you with you. You know you gotta go back in. I was like, yo, coach, I can't. I don't know where the hell I'm at.
Right.
See nothing.
Got your bell rung.
He was like, it's okay, T. You know, we give you one play. I told that man I couldn't see nothing.
He's got the list.
Always. I'm always do Soup right.
You share his Romeo Cornell impression.
I'm like, first of all, I can't see nothing. I don't know where I'm going. I'm like, I'm dazed and confused. I'm seeing stars, and I get a play. This old school football. He was like, yeah, I see. You get one play, you can get back in there.
They needed you, bro. That's Ohio
True.
State. What you
You're
mean?
right. You know what? You're right. And that's
a good
why
point.
when we talk about Anthony Richardson yesterday, see, that's where I'm like, you can't tap out because you're tired.
Yeah, right.
Like, I legitimately didn't know where I was in. It's not saying it's a healthy practice.
Yeah.
But let's call it space.
It's your testimony.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, like I didn't know where I was. My coach told me, here's a play, and get back in. What I do? I took a play off. I went back in there, blocked for Steve Breslin on the reverse. He scored a touchdown. For you to tap your helmet and be like, oh, I'm just tired.
Yeah, it's legit.
It's a different era.
I'm with you.
It's a different era.
Forgive my naivete. I know you're the first, and I believe you're the only college wide receiver to have 3 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons.
Big Ten.
Okay.
I'm the only one in Big Ten.
In Big Ten.
And there's
Okay.
3 total.
3 total. Who are the other 2?
I don't know.
Okay.
He's the opposite of Amon-Ra St.
I don't
Brown.
know.
He don't remember any
Right.
name.
Yeah, just the opposite. You're right.
It doesn't matter.
So, were you ever captain?
No.
Okay.
What?
No.
That stuns me.
Right.
That's not the case. Okay, unanimous All-American and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever. Michigan and Michigan State both announced their football captains today. Michigan has 6.
Wow.
And the 6 are Rod Moore, Max Bredesen, Ernest Hausman, Giovanni El-Hadi, Derek Moore, and Marlon Klein. I'm not going to try to tell you who deserves there and who doesn't. I'm just giving you the names, all right? Michigan State has 5.
Crazy.
Aiden Childs, Jordan Hall, Matt Gulbin, Sam Edwards, and Quindarius Dunnigan.
Okay.
Those are the 5 for MSU. How many's enough?
That's right.
3.
I'm not saying I have the answer. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
How many is enough? Because way back in the day, just high school, it was 1 on offense, 1 on defense, special teams.
Maybe.
You got to be pretty. I mean, I held for extra points, after quarterbacking, and I was like, okay, did we really need one? We might have 3 or 4 at the top. It seems like there's a lot of captains these days.
Yeah.
Am I wrong there?
Participation
College.
Full disclosure, like when I say this is just my opinion on what I think how many captains should be. This is not me attacking anybody because they have 6. This isn't me saying anything negative about Michigan or negative about Michigan State for all you idiots out there. Just giving you a story about like me as it relates to the captaincy. Like I really wanted to be a captain at the University of Michigan. My father went to Michigan. My father wasn't the captain, but he has that type of respect. He was revered in that way. He's still revered in that way from his peers, people that he was on the team with. It was important. I wanted to wear the C on my chest. I wanted to bring that to my family. I wanted there to be an Edwards that wore the C at Michigan. I put in work, my junior year to kind of start that path, if you will. And then when I came back for my senior year, like I put in work. Like, I was running the stadium steps 2 times a week. I'm doing the push-ups, the sit-ups. I'm leading the runs. I'm leading the group. I'm talking. I got freshmen at my house so I can get them ready mentally and prepare them for what the season was going to be. I'm doing all things a captain should be doing. I don't believe in crying in sports unless it's you win the Super Bowl. Hey, look, kudos to you. Go ahead and cry. You lose the Super Bowl, you can cry too. I wouldn't, but it is what it is. There's one time in sport I cried, and it was when my name was not announced. Captain's night. When we picked the captains, it was Dave Boss, who was deserving. Dave Boss was a 5th-year guy. He came back. He started. He's a 5th-year guy, but he started his 4 years there.
Is he a center?
He moved from guard to center. He was All-American. He was drafted. He was his first pick in the 2nd round drafted. So he deserved to be captain. He was a damn good captain. He was the offensive captain. Marlon Jackson was our defensive captain. There was nothing to be said. They announced Marlon's name. They should have. He was freshman All-American. Sophomore, I want to say he was 2nd. But anyway, I cried. I believe I deserved it over Dave Boss. I'll go to my grave believing that. But it motivated me. Like, it added an extra level, if you will. Like, when Lloyd told me, he said, hey, look, what are you going to do? You going to go out there and cry? I digress. It doesn't need to be 6 captains.
Was it coaches or players or both?
It's both.
Okay.
Like, we know how political systems are. It's both. Because if players choose a captain that is on some BS or that the coaches don't fully trust, then the coaches will hire another captain. Like, oh, it was a tie, and we're going to put him too. Just so you have someone on that you trust. This is college. You know, guys are 18 to 22. Not like the league. 6 is too much. Like,
That's wild.
6? Why do you need 6 captains? Like, is it to reward everyone that deserves or has the opportunity? That's cool. You just need 2 voices. 3 at most. Special teams, defense, and offense. You're the leader for your group. Shep, you're the offensive captain. Figure out what the offense has going on. Pick you a couple buddies that you like. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about what goes on. We'll self-police ourselves. Defense, you do the same thing. And special teams, they have a right as well. Yeah. You know, I think it's 3. You get to 6, and you got 6 people coming out at the coin toss all the time. And you can do 2
crazy.
and a rotating captain.
Right.
See, that's what we did in Michigan. It was 2, and then you have a special teams captain. The special teams captain was just the guy you chose. So I was special teams captain my senior year against Ohio State.
Oh, okay.
So that's the reward I got. I was all right, cool. Senior year, we'll make you captain against Ohio State. So there's 4 guys that go out there. 6, it gets too many.
Yeah, I think 3 is the perfect number, not because there's offense, defense, special teams, but because oftentimes coaches will ask players for certain opinions. Correct me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah.
We'll ask them for certain opinions. If you have 2 guys who have two different opinions, who's the tiebreaker?
Right.
And oftentimes another captain, if they're named a 3rd captain, can come in and break that tie.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, you know, they've had 6, they've had 5 for a very long time now. It's kind of been the thing, but 6 is just it's a lot of conversation because everybody also has their group. And when you have 6 captains, you have 6 groups. So now you have 6 byproducts. You got this guy and, you know, people he hangs out with. You got this guy and the people he hangs out with. So maybe in that regard, you go with many captains because you're able to reach more of your team. Maybe that's why they do it, because not everybody hangs together. We all like each other. We all rock with each other. And if we run into each other out, then we'll spend time and hang out. But you got your core group of guys that you're going to be with. And that core group is about 8 to 9 guys that you're just going to be locked in with. So you get 6 and you 8. Now you got 64 guys that you can reach, you know, if you're the coach. So maybe from that angle, but 3 is fine.
We are locked in on Wicked Awesome Wishes as well. It's a phenomenal tradition here at Woodward Sports. The Braylon Edwards Show is honored to be part of it. When we come back, a very special recipient. You don't want to miss it. We're back after this on the Braylon Edwards Show in a moment.
About Lady James.
Yeah, why don't I tell them about Lady James? Can you tap dance for a moment?
Yeah.
Look, it's pretty easy, right? Lady James makes it really simple for you. You come in, you sign in, and before you know it, you're in a chair, and you're talking with a lovely young lady, and she's cutting your hair, and it looks awesome. You walk outside, and you get a lot of compliments. It's as simple as that. They make it uncomplicated. They make it simple, and they make it really easy for you. I was talking with my neighbor the other day, and he said, hey, Shep, where are your Woodward Sports Studios? And I told him, and he's like, that's where I get my hair cut. I said, Mike, You're a smart dude. That's why you look clean. That's why you look handsome. Lady Jane's, open 10 till 8, 7 days a week. It is wicked awesome.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. The off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
It is always a special time on the Braylon Edwards Show, but today especially important and impactful because we welcome in Angela and Aaron Sharp. Angela is with us, and Aaron is with us, all decked out in his Lions outfit. He's got the Amon-Ra St. Brown. He looks really good. He's got the helmet, and he is part of our wicked awesome wishes. Angela, thanks for being here. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having us. We are so excited for the opportunity.
It is an absolute honor. Tell us a little bit about Aaron's story, if you could.
Yeah. So Aaron, he's 9.5 today, but when he was 9 months old, he was diagnosed with, he was diagnosed with something called Hurler syndrome, which is a extremely rare genetic condition. Unfortunately, there is no real cure for it. But the great news is when he was 15 months old, he had a successful bone marrow transplant. My brother was actually his bone marrow donor for his bone marrow transplant.
That's awesome.
And yes.
Keep it in the family.
And he's doing exceptionally well. Last summer, he did have double hip surgery, total hip reconstruction on both sides. The thing with Hurler syndrome is it impacts every part of your body. And it's a progressive disease, so the older he gets, the more issues arise. And our biggest issue is skeletal. So he had the hip surgery last summer, but thankfully he's doing great. He relearned to walk and is playing football now, playing sports now, and thankfully he's doing great.
Wow.
Yeah, but we have quite the journey. We've had quite the journey, and we have quite the journey ahead of us still, too.
Well, what a positive attitude. And you can see where he gets it from, right? I mean, how strong is Mom here, right?
Thank you.
100%. Aaron, you like that helmet? You like that helmet? Is Amon-Ra your favorite player? Yeah, he's a really good player. There you go. What have been some of the things you like to do outside of football? You know you love the Lions. What others than some of the things you like to do now?
I like to play outside with my friends and like play basketball and play soccer and play soccer and play with my dog.
Is your dog named after a Detroit Lion?
No.
No? You didn't name it?
I did.
You did?
Okay.
Okay.
What's your name?
Her name is Coffee Girl.
Coffee Girl?
Okay.
All right.
I like that.
Because he's a German Shepherd.
Ooh, all right. That'll protect you and Mom.
100%. How's it been since you had the hip surgery? Has it been
Good.
it's been better? You've been improved? You've been allowed to do a little more things?
Yeah.
Okay.
When does your football season start?
I just ended it.
Oh, did it? Oh, it just ended. Okay. And what position did you play? And what?
Quarterback.
Really? So you're the guy in charge?
Yeah.
In the huddle?
Yeah.
So you're going to tell Braylon Edwards what route to run is what you're telling me.
Uh-oh. He looks like he'd be a good quarterback, too. Looks like he keep the guys in the huddle on pace. Angela, if you don't mind taking the microphone for a second, just answer the question. Talk about some of the struggles that you had in this space with Aaron in relation to everything going on.
Yeah, so I am a single mom, so it is just Aaron and I. I have a great support system, my family here with us, but so it is just me and Aaron. And this last summer for his hip surgery, I did have to take 3 months off of work since he was in a wheelchair for about 8 weeks. And then, like I mentioned earlier, he relearned to walk and had to relearn everything. So being off work for 3 months as a single mom makes a huge financial impact. And it's been challenging to recover from that. But like I said, thankfully we have a great support system and we make it work and we do our best and just trying to give him everything that he deserves. And with everything he's been through, he truly has the best spirit and the best personality, and it makes it easier during the tough times, but definitely been challenging doing it on my own financially and just making it work.
Can you introduce your support group? Because they're
course.
so important to
Of
you.
course, they are the best.
Yeah,
I like that jersey number over there, too.
And
just throwing that out there.
And we would truly be lost without them. So this is my sister Amber and my niece and nephew Thomas and Olivia. This is my mom, Mimi. My brother Anthony, who, like I said, is his bone marrow donor. My dad, Papa, Grandpa, and they are the best.
Yeah, that's awesome. And of course, we have our group here from Lady Jane's who are fantastic in making sure that we get this wicked awesome wishes continue. It's a labor of love for a lot of people, but well deserving for you and your family, without a doubt.
It is. God is good, man. And here, Woodward Sports here, Lady Jane's wicked awesome wishes, man. We love partnering with people and being able to do a little bit for them. So we have something for you guys as well. We're going to send 9 of you, pretty much everybody in this room right here. We're going to send you guys to the Detroit Tigers game tomorrow against the Kansas City Royals.
Thank you.
100%. That's not all. In addition, WAW, that is us, we're going to give you $5,000 to pay off some of your bills.
Wow.
100%. We appreciate all the hard work that you put in,
Thank you,
man.
guys.
Appreciate you fighting and doing your thing, man. We want to help you guys out the best we can. So.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Thank you so much.
Big check.
Thank you.
Hold on now, but before we give you this check done, before we let you get up out of here, man, we gotta ask you some Lions questions about the final season, man. Are the Lions? Come on now, Mom.
Yeah, Mommy.
Are the Lions? Are they gonna win it all?
Yeah.
They're gonna win the Super Bowl. Who are they playing in the Super Bowl? Who you want them to play against?
The Lions versus the Eagles.
Eagles for the NFC Championship, and then maybe the Lions versus the Chiefs and Pat Mahomes for the Super Bowl.
No. Patrick Mahomes.
He don't want to be Patrick Mahomes.
How about the Buffalo Bills
Yeah,
or the
I want the Buffalo
Bills? Okay,
So somebody's gonna win their first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
How many Lions games have you gone to, bud? 0?
But I last summer I did go to a training camp.
How was that?
Good.
Had some fun. Did you get a chance to talk to any of the players out there?
Huh?
Did you get a chance to
meet any of the players?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who's the one player? If you could meet one player besides Braylon Edwards, but he doesn't play any longer.
I think I got
if you could meet one player, who would it be?
Michigan.
On
On
the Lions.
the Lions.
Oh.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
Okay.
You might have to change your jersey, but Mom can work on that, right?
Yeah,
Wouldn't it be cool to throw a pass to Jared Goff or Amon-Ra St. Brown or have them throw you a pass? That'd be pretty neat, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this journey on either on, that's gonna happen. I see it for sure. You can have it. We'll let you take that. We'll sign that and get you out of here.
Yeah, it's not going to fit, but you know what?
There you go.
Does it fit him?
Yeah, that's perfect for him. What we'll do is we'll Braylon sign that for you, okay?
Okay.
And we are inspired by you and especially your mom because your mom's such a strong person and you've got a great role model moving forward. So we wish you the best, buddy.
Is today your birthday?
No.
It's not today. Okay, I thought it was. I must have heard that wrong. 9.5.
9.5, soon to be 10. Well, keep throwing spirals.
Okay.
Keep living life and keep loving up your mom because she's been great for you. And thanks to everybody for being here. Thank you for your support. Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming in.
Welcome.
Anytime. By the way, who's your favorite Piston? Because I know you're a big basketball guy.
Cade Cunningham.
There we go.
Well, that, you know what? You know what? You should have looked at me and said, duh. Right? That's absolutely right. Cade Cunningham. Good stuff. All right. Good to see you, bud. And you're welcome anytime. You know that, right?
Anytime.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Great
I
to
heard
see you.
that Jordan sounds like he'll be here tomorrow.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right. All the best. Thanks to everybody for coming
Yep.
in.
And let me tell the people about all of our social platforms, man. Stay connected with Woodward Sports on all social platforms. That is Facebook, X, Instagram, along with YouTube, of course, Twitch, and TikTok for the latest sports news, live updates, and behind-the-scenes action. Don't miss out. Hit that follow button and get ready to tune in to some of the greatest sports shows around, man. Lion season coming up. We got all the coverage that you need, but you can only get it in one place, and that is Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following us, man.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions. Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
The Tigers are the best team in baseball. Get the best coverage in Detroit right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Every Scooble start, every green homer, and all the action can be followed on all of our social media. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's World Series or bust, Detroit, and we are here for the ride. Woodward Sports. Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions. Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
1. Hey, listen, man, I know y'all tired of rocking that same old Woodward Sports merch. Maybe you still got that Michigan 97 championship shirt that, we all know what really happened. But, maybe you got that. It's a little crusty. You want to get yourself in something new, man. Go to woodwardsports.com, click that shop tab, and we have just a plethora of everything that you need to get right for the game. Y'all know the Lions coming up, man. We got them Boo Them Kids shirts ready for you, on top of other great merch. The Dan Campbell speech on a shirt. Who doesn't want that, man? We got it all for you. Tigers, of course, as well. Pistons coming up. Red Wings. We still love them. We got everything you need at woodwardsports.com. Just make sure you click that shop tab.
Crusty. I like that.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff is crusty. We all got.
I was thinking the same.
Old pit stains, the deodorant stick to the shirt.
That's
dusty,
good.
musty.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, great work with
awesome,
with Aaron and Angela. You talk about inspiration,
yeah,
man. and strength. That's a strong mom right there.
Absolutely,
single mom having to deal with that, and what a great group of people. So he could not be happier. That young man, Braylon, signed helmets.
Everything.
He signed jerseys. He signed shoes.
Yeah.
He, I hope that kid doesn't step in a puddle.
Right.
But Braylon is out there signing with all that stuff. So kudos to you, okay? Because that's not always. I know there's a lot of people tugging at you, but for you just made his day, month, and year. So way to go.
To me, this has always been the best thing that sport has allowed me the opportunity to do. It's allowed me the opportunity to be connected to charities, foundations, people, reach people. The response you get from an individual going through something, struggling with something, when you add sport, I don't know what it is, but when you add sports, you add entertainment. They receive us well. You know what I'm saying? They appreciate us well, and sometimes that allows them to get out of the darkness that they're in, or allows them to get out of the bad times or the bad moments or the hours. It provides some light. So this is the best thing that football has ever allowed me to do, is work with kids, to work with breast cancer patients, to work with Dr. Pierce, some of the issues that, not issues, but with his foundation supports disabled athletes.
But you do it, man. And there's a lot of people who don't. They don't take that next step. And I'm glad you brought up Jeff Pierce, and he's in studio now, because Doc works with a lot of kids who have been less than fortunate, and he's always reminded us over the last couple of weeks. He said, you know what, when you think you got it bad, somebody else might have it worse. So those are types of situations where you really come in and you really make it worthwhile.
So little production on the fly here. Sorry about that. We're having problems with that camera. So Doc, if you wouldn't mind just going to the desk with the wireless so the people can see you.
You're gonna make me look small next to Braylon.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man, with technical difficulties.
Join the flipping club.
Yeah,
I don't want to. Don't start whining about that, Doc. Okay,
that's
we're crying out loud.
Yeah. All right, we good?
Yep.
We're good. That works.
Looking good.
Not at the center position for the Detroit Lions, apparently.
Good thing my chair was up there.
I'm working out.
Right. Man.
No, I mean, that's, hats off to Braylon too, because you hear a lot of athletes, and I've been with them, where they don't want to be involved. They don't want that pressure. They don't want that limelight to that child. There's been statements of, I'm not here to replace your father, and things like that. For you to kind of take that on, I got to watch you, and I actually have a picture of you signing his shoe.
Okay.
We'll share that too. But you've always been a great endorser of our foundation, and to watch that and to see you guys doing it, I think it's just we've spread. I mean, we've been around 28 years, and we have fought with the awareness, and now it's becoming commonplace.
Yeah.
Not to get into the emotional part of it, but it warms my heart to see that Wicked Awesome's doing stuff. More people are getting involved. More people are they're not on the waist.
Yeah.
You sent me a funny video about disabled kung fu the other day. I mean, it's lighthearted. They want to be lighthearted. They're trying to create the awareness of it.
I'm glad you said it. That's the thing. I was at the golf outing, and I didn't share the story because I didn't share the story, but I think it's time.
Might be inappropriate.
No, it's not. I'm at the golf outing. I'm talking to one of the guys at Woodward Sports. I'm just complaining about like my day. I'm complaining about my schedule. I'm complaining about some things that are on my mind. I'm just in this mode complaining. And then I look in front of me, and there's an individual, double amputee.
Yep.
Double, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Double amputee. He's sitting here with his golf hat on, his golf shirt on. He's got his shorts on, smiling with his buddies. Like, he's legitimately about to have a good round. Like, I'm sitting here complaining about all the things that really in the major scheme of things, they are nothing. There's nothing to complain about. And he's sitting here, W amputee, and he overheard me. He turned around. He was like, could be worse. When I tell you, like, it was one of those moments, but that's what, to your point, that's what they want. Like, they want to be a part of the whole. They want to be a part of the joke. They want to be a part of the inspiration. They want to be a part of everything, not just, hey, look at this guy and the foundation. No, I'm regular. I'm cracking jokes too.
Treating it like I'm. Yeah.
So that was super cool. I didn't share it because I was like, how do I tell this story?
That's really good.
That's great.
I mean, they're like when we went for our championship. This is a long time ago. They would play pranks. Like a lot of them never got to fly.
Yeah.
When we started winning, we were flying to places, and we had a double amputee. And he got up into the luggage from above.
Oh, no.
And the guy below goes,
kidding me?
can you get me my cane? And he jumps out.
Oh,
my
that's
God.
the greatest prank I've ever heard in life.
No, he didn't scare the hell out of some old
You know how
man.
scary that would be?
No, it was what do they call flight attendants?
Oh, they really were scared.
No, but it's just,
God.
and they're funny.
Can you imagine snakes on the plane if he popped out?
The guy popped out. Oh, that's great. That's high quality.
But some of these guys say they wouldn't be alive, without their disability. Other people have said I wouldn't have gotten to the place. These people have met the president. They've been to the White House. They're like, if I didn't have my disability, I would just been another guy, potentially not being here today. So there's, look, the world works in a weird way. It's how you want to approach it and accept it and move on. And what you say is that you do have to check yourself at the door.
Yeah.
We are privileged, whatever we are. We're privileged. Just I don't know. We'll get off of this soapbox, but we are privileged, and I think our society today needs more of that. Yeah. Check yourself at the door. Like even my kids. I mean, I'll smack them upside their head when they get a little too soft.
You better not say that on TV, man. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be coming after you, CPS. Watch yourself.
They're over 18, I think.
They're grown.
This is true. In that case, it's assault. It's assault.
All right, we'll can that conversation. Edit that out, will you?
Nah.
Yeah, we live.
It's all good stuff. This is great. This is why I like Lady Jane's. I like the owner because there's an emotional tie, right? There's about giving back. We're very fortunate. We're giving back,
I agree.
And for those that are willing to be given to, not take advantage. There's a lot of people taking advantage of the system, and there's a lot of people that are getting burned by the system. And I think this lady here is a great example of not getting burned by the system, but she's got to work at every angle. Every one of our disabled athletes' parents are under an ungodly amount of stress. They're not financially, when you switch your focus to a family member, a child, you can't focus on knocking it out of the park at work. So there's a give and take. So they're financially challenged that way. Because
look what she had to deal with, right? I mean, she had to take time off of work.
Right.
I mean, that's deeply affects her financially and emotionally.
Yeah, I mean, you only have so much in the bucket.
Right.
And that gets to the mental part of it, mental part of life, mental part of the game, and like you said, what do you have to complain about?
Yeah, unless you're rolling with a Fortune 500, those companies aren't necessarily forgiving. So you're talking 3 months off of work. After the first 3 weeks, they're like, "Hey, you coming back?
When you coming back?
Yeah, you coming back?"
Right.
And after 5-6 weeks, it's like, "We're about to replace you." Yeah. So to your point, as she just walks by in the window, that's a journey in itself, and you got to commend her for being strong, and as she is.
Yeah, give her a ton of credit. Speaking of injuries, I mean, Graham Glasgow today left. We don't know how serious it is, and I don't expect you to speculate, but a lower left leg injury for a guy who plays center. The impact that has. Can you give us an idea of a lower left leg injury for a guy who plays that position?
Sounds like we're talking hockey, lower body injury.
Right.
Calf or ankle? Which one is it?
Yeah, calf, ankle, quad, could be glutes, could be anything. But I think they're just being extra cautious because he does, you have to produce that immediate power, that fast twitch power coming out of that left leg, being, standing up. The defense is looking to run you over, right? And if they know he's weak on one side, they're coming off of that side. So he's got to be able to balance and be able to push off. So that immediate, your lower extremities, that's the working power of your body, pretty much. People think it's your upper body, but no, there's a lot more coming from your buttocks and your quads and your hamstrings. Your foot, we can talk about foot and all that, but really, these guys, they got 350-pound guys coming at them and want to take their heads off. You've got to be ready. So lower body on the left, you're talking, like you said, could be calf. I don't think it's ankle or foot. I think it's more like quads, hamstring.
Here's a question. This is about something totally different. Netflix now has a special. It's about the Dallas Cowboys. I want to talk about this a little bit tomorrow because I'm starting to get interested in watching it. Just watching Jerry Jones in this so far, Jerry Jones is like two different guys. He's like two completely different owners. There was a guy in the early 90s that would make the moves, that would do the crazy things, that trusted himself, and was reckless abandonment, you could say, but it worked. It paid off. He knew what he was doing. And then there's a guy that's slightly older, and now he just seems very timid in the moves he's making. Now it just seems like his only end game is just keeping the Dallas Cowboys relevant. I think everybody looks at his moves as he doesn't, he's trying to do this. He's overpaying these guys, and now he just doesn't have it anymore. I agree. I think Jerry is look, I just want to keep him relevant for as long as I live, and then after we can see what happens with the Cowboys.
I don't know if it's that or my take on it. We're the Cowboys. It's an honor to play for us. Right? This thing that's going on with
Micah Parsons.
Yeah, Parsons. I mean, is it attitude? It's a privilege to play for our team. I mean,
But Jerry,
it's an old school mentality that doesn't work today.
True, but hear me out on this.
But they are the Cowboys.
Hear me out on this. But hear me out on this. I disagree in this sense. Back in the day, the old Cowboys, Jerry wouldn't have paid CeeDee Lamb that money and waited. He wouldn't have. He would have paid him earlier, got rid of him. He would the same thing with Michael Parsons. They never paid guys. They never paid guys in the season. They never paid guys they were holding out, holding them for hostage, holding them for ransom. Dak Prescott's contract, I looked at something that says legitimately his cap hit this year is worth the same amount as Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and another high-end player. This isn't what Jerry used to do. It's keeping them in the media, waiting to pay Micah Parsons because they're going to pay him before the season starts. We just talked about them all year long and Micah Parsons. CeeDee Lamb, it was the same thing. Dak Prescott, it's continuously the same thing. I think he's just happy being in the media now versus actually trying
I agree with you.
Trying to put forth the effort, the frustration, firing people, bringing in the right people, the hiring process. As long as we're popular, I could care less. I got my 3 rings.
And using the media to try and do his like Doc said, he says we're the Cowboys. Why don't the Steelers have that attitude? They have more Super Bowl rings than the Cowboys. Why don't the Patriots have that attitude? They have more Super Bowl rings than San Francisco has as many. You don't see here. Eddie DeBartolo wasn't like that.
49ers.
I mean, it's always been America's team. I don't know. He got there. It's like the Yankees too.
That's
do they deserve
marketing
it?
It's all about marketing, man.
Yeah, not the same, but U of M's like that too.
Yeah. I'm not. And with that, we would remind you that we're back here tomorrow at 2:00 on the Braylon Edwards Show. We are going to be broadcasting live tomorrow from Flint. We hope you can join us. For Dr. Jeff Pierce, for Braylon Edwards, Ricky, and of course, come on, man. I mean, does it get any better?
KG.
It doesn't get any better than KG,
we appreciate
right?
you, brother.
I got you.
The passion that he has with baseball, even though we didn't get into baseball,
tomorrow.
And the Lions. It'll be a lot of fun tomorrow. Thanks for staying with us here on the Braylon Edwards Show. We'll see you tomorrow.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.